Hello, Audrey Lindsay here with my June 2025 update. And has it been a busy month? No, it's been very quiet this month. And actually, I think this is probably much more typical of an actor's life, and a few of the months I've had this year have been a bit unrepresentative because they were quite busy. This is more like reality, I feel. So in this time, I've produced several self-tapes for things that I was actually asked to submit for. I didn't get any of these jobs, which some might see as a failure, but actually I was very, very pleased with my self-tapes because they are getting better and better. I'm learning more and more about editing. I can make them more interesting and varied. And even more importantly, it gave me the opportunity to put myself before a couple of casting directors that I haven't taped for before. So hopefully now they vaguely know who I am, as opposed to me being a hole in the ground and them not knowing about me. So that was helpful. The danger of it being a slow month is that I was contacted by some directors I've worked with before in terms of inviting me to submit for theatre projects, and I was sorely, sorely tempted. Firstly, because it's quiet at the moment for me, and also because I love doing theatre and it's my favourite medium, and I'm really missing it most horribly. But I've just had to hold firm and think, if I've made the commitment to myself to spend the next year trying to get as much screen work as possible, it would be silly to go back on that now. But it was, that's painful having to say no, and I'm declining the opportunity. But I'm really, really grateful to those people for reaching out to me. It was a great compliment, and thank you very much for that. So I'm trying to use this quiet time productively, keeping up to date with everything, trying to keep current with what's going on, signing up for a couple of workshops. It's something I'd like to do next month. And then I thought I'd do something with my hair because it's a bit dull. And I was about to say I was going to have a radical haircut, but obviously that's not true because I'm a deeply conventional person. So it's probably going to look a little bit like this, but slightly different. You can see I've experimented today, not very well, but anyway, I'm obviously a bit dissatisfied with it. And I've also booked to have some new headshots done, and I've booked a session with Yellow Belly simply because everyone uses them and they are, very good reputation. And it's not that I was unhappy with the people I used before, because they were both absolutely lovely and I was very happy with the results. But I just feel it's time for a change. It's a year since the last ones were done, so I'm going to go ahead with that soon. But the month has ended on a good note because I have just been booked for another vertical drama, and it's by one of the companies who's used me before, so that's always wonderful and a great compliment because presumably they were happy last time, happy enough to invite me back. So I'm looking forward to that. And even nicer, I'll be working with some of the actors I've worked with before, who were all an absolute delight to work with, and I know we're going to have loads and loads of fun with that. And to top it all, it's on location in a really beautiful looking place. So I've packed my case and I'll be heading off there this Friday for 4 days away, and then another pickup day next week. But obviously that's going to take me into July, so that will be a story for next month. So I wish everyone an absolutely wonderful and successful month ahead, and I'll look forward to checking in with you all in a month's time. Take care.